I thought people would be civil, like seriously, but here I am with so we're here with the series review of Secret Invasions. Well, what do you think about the full story? I thought it was okay. It was interesting. It brings some new stuff to things. It brings something in perspective because one person actually got kidnapped. Technically two, so it's like you now have the questions like, what the f is going on here? So it gets very, very interesting where it's like, wow. But personally, not to mention we lost like at least two characters that were kind of nice. So for people to be hating on it, saying how bad it is, horrible it is, it's like, I think it was fine. It's like, yeah, it's like what? Trying to be like, oh, America sucks because America's going to be a puppet and hit all innocent Russia. Or it's like, dude, Russia's not innocent right now. And right now, Russia's not innocent. Yeah, it's like, anyways. I think it's one that you should definitely look at because, well, it just shows you what Nick Fury is really up to. You get to have like some backstory of Nick Fury. Pretty sure some people would like to actually have some of that. As for the rest of you, okay, let him be a man of mystery. You can skip this. But it is interesting what we get. Alright, so to defend it, I have to now spoil it. So I already gave you what I thought of it. It's okay. You should watch it. Definitely get your own opinion, but you can skip it if you don't want to know more about Nick Fury, which, seriously, the guy who's his mystery, very, very lots of mystery behind him, and you're going to take the only chance you can actually get a little bit more about him, and you're going to say, nah, I'm good. Okay, suit yourself. But anyways, we have Gravik, and Gravik is sadly a grown terrorist, ingrown terrorist. Why? Because apparently Nick Fury and Carol Danvers, along with Talos, they all agreed that, hey, and there's millions of them. It's like, oh my gosh, there's millions of Skrulls on Earth. Holy frick. And the deal was they find them a planet. After you find them a planet, they're able to move to that planet and leave Earth. But, well, so I already pointed out that Carol Danvers already found a planet, but for some dumb reason, she didn't want to actually send them over there. It's like, yeah, you found that planet. It's cool to be like secretly just get them over there. No one will really truly notice. I'm just saying. So again, it sucks that the Skrulls could have been used so good right now. The Skrulls could have so been used. But apparently, no. Rhodey has been Skrulled. Yeah, he's been kidnapped and Skrulled. The liaison for Wakanda and everything, he's been Skrulled too. So we don't know how far this goes. For all we know, he might have missed what happened in Black Panther. And Black Panther 2. It's like, yeah, that whole jailbreak, for all we know, that could have just been Skrull over there, but he does die, so that's the funniest part. It's like, yeah, but he does die in the series, like in the first episode, so he's not really causing too many issues on this. Alright, so anyways, let's get to it. So Nick Fury was in space, came down because there's something going on here. Yep, so I think it's because Talos and the fact that, But yeah, the thing is that we have to jump around like in the 90s. He got a bunch of Skrulls, and the Skrulls were actually his secret agents. And I have to believe that when it came to the chairman, he's like, yeah, and I saw you to disobey orders, and you and the men went there. It's like, that's what I think. It's like, those were all Skrulls. Those were Skrulls that actually helped him, and that's what he witnessed. So no one could actually be traced because they were Skrulls. So that's kind of like a fun thing. Winter Soldier. And, well, the thing is that, oh yeah, did I mention the fact that Carol Danvers did find a play in it? But anyways, they've been there and been there, been there, and then Gravik actually got too pissed off, being like, this is taking too much time. I think we should just take over Earth. And that's what we're going to do. And that's what he's doing. And he's causing an uprising. And along with the uprising, he's growing the charts, growing people who have influence and stuff. They already had a council that was usually that was on Earth, but Talos was a part of it. Now they kicked him out. Now Gravik is taking over. And that's the messed up part. And Gravik is trying to make it to where apparently Nick Fury actually took samples of many people's DNA and put it in one jar, one vial, which is called the Harvest. It's like, oh, it's just like the Tahiti. And that's what Gravik is after, because he was part of the mission. So he can make, I guess technically he just made himself super. That's it. And it's like, that's selfish. I thought you'll make the other super as well. It's like, what the fuck, man? He already made himself super by having Groot and one of Thanos' kids and Extremis. It's like, yep. And of course, well, you remember that Talos had as a daughter. Yep. Talos actually died saving the president, and well, the daughter was getting killed too, because, well, he's like, you're a traitor. It just gets to the point. On note, Nick Fury has a wife, and she's a Skrull herself, and he hid her away into another location in another country, and it's like, that makes sense. Of course, there is story behind her and what face she chose, but well, it just ends by having Gravik going against Talos' daughter. And, well, they both have superpowers, and now she's the most powerful person ever. And now she's been recruited with another country because, well, the USA, aka the president, is pissed. And he's like, yep, no Skrulls in our country, hell no. And, well, he caused that messed up uprising. Well, people are just shooting, and only one out of all of the people who getting shot was a Skrull. Everyone else was actually human. It's like, don't shoot unless you have intel on it, jerk. Don't shoot unless you have intel on it. It's like, yeah, it gets worse where it's like, oh crap. Punisher hasn't been established yet, so damn, this sucks if he gets on this, which I doubt it. I really hope not. And of course, Nick Fury goes back into space, and he goes with his wife to actually truly work on Kree Skrull agreement, peace treaty, to where they can actually now go back home because, well, he fixed it out. So that's basically it. That's everything in a nutshell. It's just trying to stop Gravik. Gravik got stopped finally. And, well, still gotta help them find a planet because Earth is not safe for them. That's it. That's about it. And, of course, Nick Fury had to get back into things, which he kind of did, but still no actual say, I'm sorry, Spider-Man. It's like, no freaking I'm sorry, Spider-Man. It's like, yeah, well, he has no reason to say I'm sorry since, the whole thing got wiped. But it would be nice that Nick Fury actually does say sorry to him. And Nick Fury has connections to put him back into the freaking systems and everything. But, well, no. He has to deal with the Skrulls. Anyways, that's all. So yeah, this is the open and shut case of a series. It's like, watch it if you actually want to get lore and everything about it. Other than that, it's like, I guess it's not really needed. But still, it doesn't mean that it's a horrible show and you shouldn't be watched and you should get bashed. It's just one of those that's very special where it's like you get to have more insight in characters. You know where Talos went, and you know where Bria Hill went. That's it. It's like, you know where Talos went, and you know where Bria Hill went. That's it. And you know why Nick Fury went into space in the first place, and why he continues to be in space. So there you go.
Hold it, son. Wouldn't you rather have an exciting action figure?
Ah, but only Batman fits in my Batmobile.